everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, first off I'd like to say please excuse my face here. I have an owie here, and down over here that are still healing. If you guys saw my part 2 of my James Charles video, you'll know why. So that's, you know, I'm still on the mend. Like I said, when I say it really happened, it really happened. Okay, so let's get busy with today's video. We are starting off with another drugstore foundation. This one is brand new to the drugstore. So we're going to give her a test since I don't have that many more videos that I can do that are foundation over 40. In a couple weeks I have to change it to foundation over 50. So if you're interested in checking out the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation, stay tuned. Okay, so to start off with, I'd like to do a shout out, and this shout out goes to Luann Thompson. Luann, thank you so much for being such a wonderful part of my channel. I just read your last comment here, and I love your comments that you leave and your appreciation for my giveaways and stuff. So thank you so much, sweetie, for being here, supporting me, and watching my videos and commenting. I absolutely love hearing from you, sweetie. And by the way, I've had people ask, how do I get to be, you know, a shout out? Leave a comment. That's where I get the names from. So if you don't leave a comment, I don't know you're watching, and I don't know your name. So leave me a comment. Okay, so let's take a peek at this new L'Oreal foundation, shall we? I purchased this from Ulta for $14.99, but I will tell you that it's kind of funny because Tara Lynn, if you guys have checked out her channel before, I've talked about her before here, she just reviewed this right after I purchased it, literally, and had just received it, and she said, God, I wish I would have checked Amazon because it was cheaper on Amazon than Ulta. And last I checked, it definitely is. So if you want a better price on this, unless it's on sale at Ulta or the coupons on Ulta, I would check Amazon for sure. Here's what it says about this new foundation. Be unstoppable. Introducing L'Oreal's breakthrough longwear foundation with breathable skin technology. Infallible fresh wear 24-hour foundation provides medium to full buildable coverage that lasts all day and allows the skin to breathe. The formula's 3 oil absorbers resist sweat, water, and transfer. The ultra-thin liquid goes on smoothly to give a fresh, healthy-looking complexion that lasts. Color stays true and blends in evenly, so your makeup looks fresh all day. Non-comedogenic and formulated with SPF, this foundation is suitable for all skin types. And it is available in 30 shades. And I did purchase, I believe, the lightest shade. God, they make these so difficult. Interestingly enough, I cannot find a shade name anywhere on this bottle. The only thing I can find is right up here on the cap. It says 400, but on Ulta's website it only has shade names, not numbers. So I have no clue.
20 minutes later.
Oh, there we go. Jeez. It's so tiny. Pearl. So yes, I did purchase the lightest shade. And it does come in a glass bottle. You get 1 fluid ounce in here, and we have a pump. So let's prep our skin real quick before we get started, shall we? First off, I am gonna start off with a few favorites. My By Terry lip scrub, which you guys know I absolutely love. Probably help if I get my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. It's one of those days. I just love this lip scrub. It's so moisturizing and it tastes good. You wouldn't think rose tastes good, but boy it does. And then I'm going to go to my Algenist Genius Liquid Collagen Lip. And boy, oh boy, do I love this product. Love it. My lips are such a mess right now. So mad about this. My whole face is. I mean, I had a really severe allergic reaction. I've never had that kind of reaction before. And then I'm going to go to my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. And then I'm going to go to my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Eye Rescue, which is literally almost gone. This is the very end of it. Can't believe how long this lasted. And my eyes, the skin of my eyes is so incredibly dry. My eyes have finally calmed down, but boy, I'll tell you, they were puffy and swollen and bad. I mean, I've had to wait 5 days to record, and you can see the condition of my face still. So you can imagine how it was. It was really bad. I think I want to try a new primer today, because you know me, I'm always on the hunt looking for primers that are good. And this one I've wanted to try for some time. This, I just happened to get a little deluxe size in one of my Sephora orders. And this is Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. A primer plus moisturizer in one. It says it has hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. So let's give her a try. I already have moisturizer on, but with my skin, the more the better. I love Smashbox Primer Water. I not only used it in a video, but then I did a real quick review on it showing before and after, if you guys want to check it out. Because boy, I'll tell you, if I remember, I'll link it up here in the cards. But you guys ought to check it out. That if you're looking for something that has literally an immediate effect, the Smashbox Primer Water is very impressive. So I actually need to purchase a full size of it so I can use it regularly because I liked it that much. This feels real nice going on the skin. Smooths over really nice. Doesn't feel like it's filled with silicones. It feels like a nice moisturizer, but it does have a lot of slip to it, but it's absorbing nicely. So let's see how it does. Well, it definitely has nice smoothing effect on the skin from what I can see, and has a little bit of pore minimizing effect. Interesting. Oh no, I have to use my Becca Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer. I've had several people ask me about this, seeing this in my videos. I'm telling you guys, this stuff's incredible, and I'll show you again. I'm going to zoom in. Okay. And as you can see, you know, I'm not just talking. I mean, this is something I use regularly. And what I want you to pay attention to, I'm putting it just on this one eye for right now. I want you to pay attention to the hollows of my eyes and how tight the under eye area looks, and whether my eyes are even or not. This product, you know, you would think building up, you know, using additional products is just going to cause more problems, but this is so light, and it just, I'm telling you, it has a beautiful effect on the under eye. I think this is one of Becca's best products I've tried. I mean, this is one that I definitely need to purchase a backup. If you have wrinkles under your eyes, you have, you know, crow's feet out here on the corners of your eyes, you have puffiness, you have dryness, this is a beautiful product. Absolutely beautiful. Now, what I'd like you to look at is, I mean, like, I can even see it, the difference in this eye already. This eye, to me, looks tighter and smoother than this one does. I hope you guys can see it. It's so difficult to see on camera. Man, our weather is really weird right now. Sorry. Okay, let's get busy with the other end. I'll be right back. And you know, one other thing, just because this is an, you know, under eye product, I really think that this is a product you can use anywhere. You know, like if you had wrinkles here, and as a matter of fact, I do. So let me guinea pig it myself, shall we? Because it has such a smoothing effect. I'm just going to put it right down here. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to put it on one of my smile lines. And I'll leave the one on the left side alone. We'll just see, just for the heck of it, if it makes a difference. Okay, and as usual, I'm going to go ahead and go to my favorite product that I use for blocking out any discoloration. And this is Giorgio Armani's High Precision Retouch. This is one of my all-time favorite products. Absolutely love this product. And see, I have a lot of, and it's highly, highly pigmented. Incredibly pigmented. Now see, I have a lot of discoloration on the top and bottom. So just watch this. I'm just going to pat it in at first, like always, to kind of get that excess moisture out of it. It's a beautiful product, and it is not heavy. It's not, you know, if you're looking for a color corrector to take care of dark circles, this is the one I would get, because so far the others I've tried just cause too much buildup on my under eye, and you know, my under eyes can't handle that. This is so thin but so highly pigmented that it just has a beautiful effect without causing that multiple layering buildup. There, look at one eye versus the other. I mean, even I can see that the purple and kind of red tones canceled out there. Okay, let's do the other eye. And this does come in different shades also. And as always, if you're interested in any products I'm using, I will have them all linked below in the description box. I am using shade 1. But I believe this comes in 3 or 4 shades, if I'm not mistaken. Now, let's get started with the foundation. So I've got my Scott Barnes palette here, and I'm just going to pump some on here so we can see the consistency of this foundation. So there's 2 pumps, and man, she's got some run to her. So let's give this a try. And what I'm going to do as usual is half my face I will apply with a sponge and half with a brush, and we'll see if there's a difference. Okay, first I'm going to take my Morphe E6, just a flat top kabuki. Okay, so there's half the face. Boy, it's really reflecting in the lights. Look at the monitor up there, and it's like half my face looks scalding white comparatively. I would say with the amount I put on, this is probably a medium coverage right now. And that is with the brush. So let's try the other side with the sponge. There's the sponge. Wow, I look really white now. I honestly don't see that much of a difference. I think, you know, the difference is very minuscule between the two. I would say that maybe the sponge just has a little bit more of a smoothing effect than the brush does. but the difference is pretty minute. That's pretty impressive considering, you know, all the foundations I've tried. Usually there's a difference between application methods and how it looks. Okay, so that was 2 full pumps I used for my entire face. So what I'm going to do, since they say this is buildable, as I talked about in my last foundation review, I think it was the Flower Beauty one, when I have a problem with products creasing, and I don't know if this one's going to do that or not, I have a tendency to keep it away from the areas, you know, I don't build up and put thick amount on the areas where I crease, which would be my smile lines and my forehead. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little build up here on my cheeks where I can still see the little discoloration through, and let's see if it builds. And I'm going to use the sponge. Well, I would say it's buildable. It is definitely building. It's already creasing in my smile lines though, so that doesn't hold out. I don't hold out a lot of hope for the creasing issue considering it's already creasing in my smile lines on both sides. I'm also going to try just building up a tiny bit up here on the top of my nose. I usually don't do this, but I want to see how it'll turn out because you guys probably notice in all my videos that my freckles always show through, and that's because for some reason my nose just does not handle product well. I don't know why. Yeah, well, we'll give it a shot and see if it... Pieces of the sponge are coming off and it's brand new. I'll tell you one thing. I always wondered if there was a difference. I know it's a soft subject, but I wondered if there was a difference between the Beauty Blender Pro, my black one, that I've used for years, and the regular one. Huge difference. I do not like the regular one in comparison at all. I definitely prefer the Pro. It has a stiffer, it's just, it just feels different. I don't know, maybe it's all in my head. And I'm going to try a little more on my chin, even though this is a bad area for me to build up product because I have a lot of stuff showing through there. Okay, I don't know if that made a huge difference or not, but there she be. Okay, let's get some concealer on this mug. And today I'm just, well, let's see here. Should I test? I bought Too Faced. I thought this was the new one. I bought the wrong one. This is the Born This Way, which I knew I got the wrong one right when I received it, and it was small because I knew the other one was big. So, you know what? Let's give it a try. What the heck? And again, this is their original one. It's the Natural Radiant Concealer. And I bought this in the shade Very Fair. Oh, that's interesting. It almost has a coconut smell. Well, let's just try a little bit here and see how she blends out. Well, that blended in real nice. Real nice. It's definitely radiant. My under eyes do not look matte. So, oh boy, I hope it's not. It looks like it's gonna crease a lot, but we'll see. It's a pretty concealer. Surprised I haven't heard more about this. I'm kind of glad I purchased the wrong one because it's actually really pretty under the eyes. Let's hope it doesn't crease like a you-know-what. And to set my under eyes, I'm going to try something that's a little brightening. This is, how you pronounce this? I always forget. It's Givenchy, I guess. Prisma Libra? I don't know. Matte Finish and Enhance Radiant Loose Powder 4-in-1 Harmony. How you can have a matte finish and radiance, I still cannot figure out. But this does have 4 colors that go into one. Oh god, the powder's all green. You know, the only thing I don't like about this is once the powder actually comes out, I don't know if you'll be able to see, there's tons of green powder there. It like falls back into all the different colors, so it all ends up mixed up anyways. Kind of pointless. Because it has white, looks like white. Ah! Oh god, it's all over me. Ah! White, lavender, blue, and green are the colors that are in this. And boy, is it messy. Love the powder, but don't particularly care for how messy it is. And that is why this one comes in real handy, because this is the identical thing I just used, but in the pressed version. I'm going to do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see here. As usual, I used my Cella brow pencil in Tantalizing Taupe, and I'm going to put a little of my Tarte brow gel just to hold the little suckers in place. And I'm going to put a little Too Faced lip injection on the lips of mine. Boy, that stuff works. Woo! Grab my Wet n Wild brow highlighter and just right under my brow. I think we are all set. The base is done. We have everything set. And we're creasing already, but we'll just have to leave it and see how it goes. Okay, as usual, if you're new to my foundation over 40s, what I do is I step away right now. I'm going to go ahead and finish my makeup. And if I get time today, I'm not sure because I'm kind of in a rush here. We have a lot of stuff to do, so I'm really going to be putting this to the test today because I'm going to be running all over. And looking outside right now, it's pouring rain. Anyway, so if I have time, I'll come back after my makeup's done for a quick check-in. And then at the end of the evening, I will come back for a final check-in and we'll see how this new L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear. I don't know why they didn't just call it fresh wear instead of up to 24-hour fresh wear, but whatever. We'll see how that performs. So I'll see you in a bit. Use my appearance. I have my, this is what I normally wear around the house, my tie-dye shirt on. As you can see, I just did not do my makeup today because I had to run, oh my god, so many errands, so many errands. So we are back for a check-in on the final check-in actually, because it is now 9:30 at night. I'm ready to just take everything off. I'm exhausted. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation, and I'm also testing out the Too Faced Born This Way Natural Radiant Concealer. To let you know, I've been sweating a lot because I've been running a lot of errands and up and down stairs and just, whew, man, I'm hot. I'm sweating right now. You know, I gotta tell you guys, I am really surprised. I thought for sure, God's honest truth, I thought for sure I'd come back at this check-in since I didn't have any other makeup on to disguise anything. I thought for sure I'd come back and my wrinkles would be filled with foundation, that I'd have separation, and I mean, I just thought it'd look horrible. I really did. Wow. Well, call me struck stupid because it has migrated just a little bit into the lines of my forehead, but not nearly. I mean, just barely. You can just barely see a tiny bit. You know, my wrinkles in my forehead aren't like overly emphasized, which tells you that there hasn't been a lot of migration, because when product migrates into them or pulls away from them, it really emphasizes your wrinkles. My smile lines, nada. Just other than the original movement right here that happened Wow. It is worn off around my mouth, which doesn't surprise me because I blow my nose a lot. For those of you that don't know, you hear me sniff a lot on camera, you know, like that. Unfortunately, I know it can be irritating and I try not to do it, but I have a very severely deviated septum from having my nose broken several times. So it's, you know, it is what it is. I can't breathe very well. So that's why you hear me sniffing a lot, because my nose just chronically runs. And I blow my nose a lot. So it wore off, you know, a little bit here around my nose. And you can see, you know, these healing areas that are still coming back from the horrible reaction that I had from that palette. I'm surprised, you guys. I really am. I am not seeing, and I've been sweating. I mean, there's sweat on my cheeks right now, right here, and there's sweat on my forehead, and this foundation has held up, and there's sweat on my nose. And on top of it, you know, I wear glasses when I test the foundation. For those of you that are glass wearers, I don't wear my contacts when I test foundation because I want to see how it holds up on the pads of the glasses. And while I can see a tiny bit on my pads, you can clearly see that there's very little wear where, you know, the pads make contact with my nose, which is really impressive. Especially, I mean, you can probably see the sweat sitting right here on my nose, kind of my forehead, because I just brought in a bunch of groceries. I mean, and it's still held up and looks really nice. Wow. Wow, and I have to tell you, my under eyes too, I'm actually really impressed with that concealer. I think the powder is what gave me this drying look under my eyes. I can see it's the powder and not the concealer, because everywhere else where I have the concealer and I didn't powder real heavily, looks real nice. But so I probably wouldn't use that powder under my eyes again. But the concealer, you know, even where I put it on my lids, is really pretty, nice, and held up. Another thing I forgot to mention to you guys in the very beginning, I looked at the ingredients, and this does not have denatured alcohol in it. It is very heavy in silicones, though. They're, I believe, the second or third ingredient. If I can read the small writing. Second ingredient, hydrogen dimethicone. So there is a lot of silicone type properties. Dimethicone, same derivative type. Anyway, so for this type foundation, you know, I always recommend, if, you know, especially for foundations that have alcohols in them, if you have to wear them and you don't have a choice, or that are heavy in dimethicones, which a lot of them are, to make sure, you know, at the end of the day, to really don't sleep in it. Let's just say that. Because that can be very, you know, they say it's non-comedogenic, which means it doesn't plug pores. But, you know, I never take a risk on that. So my final thoughts on this foundation, this gets a thumbs up for me. It's been a long time since I've put a foundation on that has not made my skin feel dry, that has not dried my skin out, that has not migrated into my wrinkle lines, that hasn't broken down by the end of the day. I mean, this, honest to God, throughout the day, I did not feel as though I had anything on my skin at all. So this is a very, very lightweight, as they say, second skin type foundation. And it proved that it was buildable. And I had a medium coverage to start, as you guys saw, and built it up to fuller coverage. So I'm impressed with this new L'Oreal foundation. I really am. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I am almost 50 years old. That's why I said I'm only going to have a chance to do foundation over 40. Probably this and one other time if I'm lucky. Because January 8th I turned 50. So we're kicking it up to foundation over 50. So, you know, I've got all the problems to deal with that a typical almost 50-year-old woman does. And that is dry skin, aging skin, some discoloration on my skin, wrinkles, sweating. Yeah, it's a big one for women going through menopause, or women who, you know, are in sports, or women who just, you know, there's a lot of people who just have a hyper sweating. So I'm impressed with this, you guys. I really am. I have my glasses on all day. There's no rubbing of the foundation down here on the actual frame of the glass where it occasionally makes contact when I smile. There's very little transfer onto the pads. There's no, this is the other thing here too, is on the actual bands here on the frame, is having it transfer off here, and it's not done that either. So, wow. All I can say is if you're looking for an affordable foundation to try and you have a skin type similar to mine, I would give this a go because this went on beautifully. It applied beautifully. There was no streaking. I mean, you guys saw for yourself, it literally just, I haven't used a foundation that blended this beautifully since probably I tested the by Terry Terribly Denseless, and that's a luxury foundation that's over $100 for an ounce. So yeah, $14.99, and you can get it on sale. This is a killer foundation. This really is. L'Oreal's really been hitting it out of the park. They did the the Pro Matte and then the Pro Glow, and they hit it out of the park with those two, and now they've got this one. So whoever's formulating their foundations is doing a supreme job, and I'd like to say hats off to the formulation team and the chemists that are working on this, because that you can put together a foundation that gives me beautiful coverage, feels lightweight on my skin, lasts for hours on end, and does not dry out my skin. Beautiful. Hands down to you. It's what I'd love to see, and if they can do it at a price point of $14.99, there is no reason why other brands can't, because that is a beautiful foundation. I mean, look at it. I've had it on now for, well, 8 o'clock this morning, 12 hours, 12 and a half hours. Yeah. And I know I don't have any other makeup on. I apologize for that, you guys. I just didn't have time. When I was done recording this, I pounded out the recording of the Fire and Ice collection from Wet n Wild. You guys will see that coming up soon. And I just didn't have time. I had so much to do today. So, but anyways, you know, it doesn't matter because I still have it powdered set, and you can see how the foundation performed. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I say thumbs up on this foundation and give it a try, because you know what, at worst, you buy it from Amazon, you buy it from Ulta, you don't like it, you can exchange and return to both. Okay, until next time, I hope wherever you're at in the world, life is treating you well, and if you're having struggles, you're beating the bitches back and persevering. Remember, don't ever give up, don't ever, ever, ever give in. Okay, you guys? Ever. No matter how rough your struggles get, no matter how discouraged you get, don't ever give up, because you know what? This too shall pass. As my mom always told me, it will pass. This is a rough time for a lot of people. It's a rough time of the year. Financial pressures, family issues. I mean, it's just a rough time for a lot of people. It can be an absolutely beautiful time too. And a lot of it depends on your attitude and how you look at things. So you know what, if you have a problem in your life and you just don't know how to deal with it, sit down with a piece of paper and a pen, brainstorm. That's what I do to get through every problem. And you guys are probably tired of hearing me say it, but take a piece of paper and a pen and write them down from 1 to 10. Break one problem into 10 small ones, and then go through and check those off your list one at a time. I'm telling you, you'd be amazed. It may seem like it takes you so much longer to deal with 10 problems rather than one, but when you have 10 little issues to deal with, it's a lot less overwhelming. And at each time you check off one of those 10 items, and you know, you look at that and you say, hey, I'm making progress. Okay? It really helps. It does. I promise. Give it a try. Anyways, when you're out in the world, you guys, treat those you encounter with love and respect, because they, like you, have feelings and can be hurt too. Until next time, happy holidays. I love you guys. Bye.